in the prognosis of being given 12 weeks to live, everything was correct. And I believed everything, but I had an inner shift. And I think the best way to describe the inner shift was complete alignment of self. And my instincts just took over, and I had just developed instantaneously this belief that I was going to live. And I actually voiced to the medics, I haven't got time to die. And as my journey opened up through that, what happened was holistic people just came immediately into my life and guided me through that journey of the next 12 months, which was an incredible journey. And it involved holistic mindset work, coaching, counseling, psychotherapy, holistic interventions for the body and mind and soul, such as massage and natural healing products, and even to the point where I took on board growing my own food, just to completely clean up my life that I was living already in a holistic way. And just going back to the moment of the prognosis, and I had an inner shift. I didn't fully understand it at that point, but I knew something significant had happened within my body that was a positive thing, which gave me the belief that I was going to continue to live. And
Wow, that's quite a journey, Diane, quite a journey indeed. And so in particular, were there any holistic treatments that helped you more than any others, or was it all of them?
Do you know, Jackie, there wasn't one thing that worked more than the other, because holistic therapy treats the person as a whole. And for me, being given such a prognosis, everything fell away in my life apart from the name that I had. And I constituted that and saw it as a blank jigsaw of life to start piecing back together. And with all the different holistic approaches that I undertook, and some was, like I said, psychotherapy, person-centered counseling, massage, even down to essential oils, nutrition, growing my own food, spiritual experiences, and educative angles on that as well, attending educational retreats and programs over a long period of time. Each one in its own way formed my new life jigsaw. And that brought me into the work that I do today, which personally, I'm a mindset holistic therapist. And that came about through revisiting that experience that I had being given that prognosis and learning to understand what actually happened within my body and within my mind, all that connection together.
Right.
It led me into the work that I do today.
Yes, because you also run the Wellbeing Academy, and you also do educational retreats and mindfulness.
I do, yes, yeah.
Yes. And
That,
so from that, how did the idea for the wonderful World of Wellbeing Festival come about, which we're going to talk about in a minute?
okay. So one day while I was working with a client on a one-to-one basis, shifting mindset, it just occurred to me that while my process was working for other people, it was a one-on-one, and it was really limited to the overall environment that we have. And my experience, I was just really fortunate to be aligned and connected with people who just stepped into my life. And it was a critical stage in my life. Had I not had holistic interventions and invited more of that into my life, I would be in a completely different place now. I would not have a voice box, and I certainly wouldn't be able to do the work that I'm doing today. So, and it just occurred to me that how many other people hit critical moments in their life and they're not equipped with other choices that we've got, rather than going down what I'd call the Western world of how primarily we're introduced and educated to deal with our health or hand our health responsibilities over to someone else. And I realized that I was the person to bring together a variety of different health and well-being holistic therapists, product providers, coaches, artisan makers, so that people could come together under one roof with these experts, and members of the public can come and engage with them and gather a toolkit. Because even although my work works exceptionally well, it's bigger than me, and not everybody needs what I do. They need other interventions, and consequently I find myself also signposting and recommending to my clients other holistic measures to bring into their life that will also add to their life jigsaw. Out of the pandemic over the last 3 years, as it's been an opportunity for everyone to look at their own health and well-being, even their own mortality, in all the devastation that it's created. It's also been a gift that people have had no choice but to come back to look at themselves, to step off that treadmill of life. And we're finding that while we were flying the flag for integrating well-being into the lives of all generations pre-pandemic, I mean, the festivals were launched early 2017, but we've found since the pandemic that a lot more people are absolutely, ultimately focused on their future well-being for themselves and for that of their families. On the 14th and 15th of September, we are celebrating our 10th festival. So come and join us. You can bring the kids. It's free entry for children, and there's lots of ticket options. You will experience dozens and dozens of holistic therapies, product providers, service providers. We'll have an area for Be Inspired, which will include talks throughout the weekend. We've got a mindfulness area and then live classes and experiences that suit everyone. And we aim to run a single category event, which means that you'll have lots of choices to consider for your future health and well-being, because being forewarned and forearmed is the key to prevention. And holistic therapy is a brilliant, brilliant option from the thousands and thousands of years of wisdom that we have, right through to scientific interventions and all the modern technologies and methodologies that we have today. So that's the 14th and 15th of September at Imber Court in East Molesey in Surrey, and we look forward to seeing you there.